Have you ever been in the situation where you're literally doing your work, you're doing homework, you're just hanging out, and then you think about someone? And then within minutes or within hours, that person reaches out to you, and you're just like, oh wow, I was just thinking about this person. What a coincidence. But that is not a coincidence. And in today's video, you're going to learn how. And I'm also going to give you some signs that someone is thinking about you or it's manifesting you. Hello you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Valeria, and if you're new, welcome. And if you're just coming back, welcome back. Today's video, as you already saw from the introduction, is going to be how to know when someone is thinking about you or if someone is trying to manifest you. I know, we're gonna talk about this. So without further ado, let's get started. So I took some time and I grabbed on my notes because I asked you guys on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you should, because I always ask my people over there through my stories what kind of video should I post next, and the one that got picked out was this one. So if you want to check and see what options I'm going to have for the next YouTube video, go ahead and follow me on Instagram so you don't miss my stories, or whenever, you know, I tell you guys which one I'm planning on posting in the future. Anyways, the first sign is if they are showing up in your dreams out of the sudden. Now, if you just went through a breakup and you're constantly thinking about this person, this is not going to apply because you're thinking about this person, so eventually your subconscious is going to pick up that idea, so it's going to be, that person is going to be in your dreams. But if you guys have literally not been in contact and you have been working on yourself, you have been focusing on yourself, you have been living your life, or it's just like friends and stuff like that, then this does apply. Because as you guys already know, well, in case you know, we are all energy. So we are energetically connected. So every time I think about someone, I send out that frequency to that person, and since we are all one connected, that person receives it. Now that person can figure it out if you're sending that frequency, or they're going to just automatically be like, oh, this is my thought, I wanted to think about this. So this can apply to also manifesting, because that's how you actually get to manifest someone. Now you're going to ask me, okay, yes, the person has been in my dreams, and what does that mean? Well, one, that the person is thinking of you. Two, you need to find the meaning of your dream, because we all have different settings in our dreams. So depending on what you're dreaming, especially if you constantly dream about the person, again, this does not apply if you just went through a breakup and you're constantly thinking of the person. This does apply to, you know, something that you just dream of the person out of nowhere. If you have had different dreams about this person and they might be the same setting or the same context, make sure that you pay attention whenever you wake up. Write in your notes, write in your journal, and explain what's going on. And then check and see if there's, you know, a hidden message, because our dreams sometimes are actually trying to tell us something. So if this person is thinking of you and it's, you know, everything is revealing in your dreams, you gotta find the context. So my advice for you will be to check and see what you are dreaming about the person. Now, if you're manifesting the person to come back to you and you're dreaming bad things, that means that you're still getting triggered about the person, about what you guys had. So make sure that you're healing that trauma, so if the person decides to come back, you don't get triggered. Now, sign number two, it will be if you start thinking about them out of the sudden. So you're just randomly doing your own stuff and you think about the person, and then your mood changes. It could be to a bad mood, it could be to a good mood. So you're doing your homework and you're just thinking about a song, and then boom, out of nowhere that person came to your mind and you start thinking about the person, and you're just like, why am I thinking about this person? And you're just like, you find yourself questioning yourself, like, why am I thinking about this person? We haven't talked for a while. This could be, let's put an example. You saw this person at a party, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, he was so hot. And then you came home like a week later, you're just doing your own thing, and you get like just a thought of him, and you're just like, never gonna see this person again. And then it's like the next day you bump to this person. So it's because that person was thinking about you, and at the same time was like manifesting you. If you're just thinking about someone in a most random way, because it has happened to me that I have been doing my own homework, and I'm here struggling with homework, and boom, I thought of like a whole random person comes into me, and I'm like, ooh, I just wish I knew where this person was, because this is like an elementary friend that I had. And tell me why, like 2 days later, this person started following me on Instagram, and we messaged and everything. And I was like, I was thinking about this person like 2 days before. What a coincidence. But no, it's not a coincidence, you guys. We are all connected. If you're just thinking randomly about someone, that you're just like even questioning the why you're thinking about them, it's definitely a sign. Sign number 3, if you see their name, their initials, their birthday, or whatever their favorite quote was in the most random places. These can be considered just like the angel numbers that you might be seeing, like a pattern of number. It could be 111, 222, 1212, 333. Like any pattern of numbers, you'd be seeing them on your phone, on your computer, when you're charging, in pictures, in posters, in TikTok videos, in the most random places. The same way that you see those angel numbers and you consider them as signs, seeing their initials, seeing their card type, seeing their, you know, their name, their favorite quote, their birthday, it's a sign, and it means that they're one, manifesting you. This one leads more to that they're manifesting you and thinking about you heavy, rather than them just thinking about you normally. You seeing their card type everywhere, or their initials everywhere, or their birthday everywhere, it's something that it's like the universe is screaming at you and being like, you need to see the signs. So it definitely means that this person is thinking about you heavy, or that they're probably manifesting you. Sign number 4. This one will have to do not just mentally and with frequency and energy. This will have to do more with the physical world, meaning that you're going to be bumping into them physically, meaning that you're going to keep seeing them in the most random places. If you go to the grocery store, you see them. Now, if you know that they work in there and you just go there because you want to see them, that's different. But if you just walked into the store and you saw that person out of nowhere, it's a sign. Like, you just randomly see them in random places out of nowhere, it's a sign. The next sign, this one is going to apply to yourself, and you're actually going to realize that this person is 100% thinking of you or manifesting you at the same time. And it's if you begin to have the same interest as them. I'm not sure if you have ever asked yourself, but you're just like, the moment we broke up, the moment I stopped, you know, talking to this person, I became more obsessed with the person. I started liking things that this person liked that were not even in my wish list, you know what I mean? But it's because you're chasing this person and you want to do everything it takes to have this person. So what you start to do mentally, so you can have control over the situation, it's that your mind thinks, if I like the same things as this person is going to like me more. But it's not necessarily true. But if you guys have not talked, again, this doesn't apply if you guys just went through a breakup, friendship, or relationship. But if you out of nowhere, you're just sitting there, you're like, oh, I want to go paint, and you have a friend or your ex-boyfriend or whatever, they love to paint, and then you just out of nowhere feel like, I have to paint, or I have to do all these things that they liked. Now, I don't want you guys to come at me and be like, oh, like, you know, they didn't create painting, like they're not the only ones that can paint. I absolutely understand. That's not the only thing, meaning that if you are just not doing that specific task, but you're adding other tasks start exactly the same ones as them or creating the same routine as them, it's because you're being influenced by them and they're doing it energetically. So they're most likely, yes, manifesting you. This one will be the last sign, and it's if you are just becoming obsessed with them out of nowhere. Now this could be for friends, for strangers, or for an ex-boyfriend, ex-partner. It doesn't matter. If you are just randomly thinking of them and you just want to reach out, or you keep seeing their name and you keep seeing angel numbers, pattern of numbers that are telling you exactly all the things I just mentioned, it's because they're thinking of you, they're manifesting you. So what you want to do in this case is, no, you're not going to reach out. You're just going to acknowledge and be like, okay, so they're definitely obsessed with me. So what you're going to do is just keep working on your self-concept so you can attract this person. Now, one thing, I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be like, okay, so I feel like this person is manifesting me, or this person is thinking about me. But if you don't want these people manifesting you or extremely thinking about you heavy, or maybe even getting obsessed with you, say this affirmation, repeat this affirmation every time you get a sign that you might consider as like, oh yeah, that person is thinking about me. Say this affirmation every time so you cut the connection, so the person stops and doesn't really get in your mind. Because once that person gets in your mind, you're just like, okay, is this my thought or is it this someone else's thoughts? So it might be hard for you to figure it out, but if you do figure it out at the moment that you realize the sign, say the affirmation and completely ignore what's going on and keep doing whatever task you are doing. This is it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in one-to-one coaching with me, I will leave the link for my stand store in the description of the video. If you're interested in any of my guides, you can find it in my stand store in my description. If you don't follow me yet on Instagram and TikTok, go ahead and do so because I'm really active in both. This is it for today's video. Thank you so much, and until next video, bye.